The eerie glow in the quiet suburban neighborhood of Willow Creek, a chilling mystery unfolded within the walls of a modest house. The residents, a middle-aged couple named Emily and John, had recently adopted a stray dog they named Shadow. Shadow was a beautiful creature, a mix of German Shepherd and Husky with piercing blue eyes and a gentle demeanor. However, there was something unsettling about the dog, a darkness lurking beneath its calm exterior. As the days passed, Emily and John began to notice strange occurrences. Objects would inexplicably move around the house, doors would creak open in the middle of the night, and a cold draft would sweep through the house, even on the warmest days. Then there were the sounds, whispers, growls, and the occasional guttural snarl that seemed to emanate from nowhere. One night, Emily was awakened by a blood-curdling scream from John's room. She rushed in to find him standing over Shadow, his face pale with terror. Shadow's eyes had turned a terrifying shade of red, and it was growling menacingly, its teeth bared in a snarl. Terrified, Emily and John tried to calm Shadow, but it was to no avail. The dog lunged at John, its claws raking across his chest. Emily screamed for help, but no one came. The dog's eyes remained fixed on John, its growls echoing through the house. Just as Shadow was about to strike again, a blinding light filled the room. The dog let out a yelp and recoiled, its red eyes shrinking back to their normal blue. The light subsided, revealing a figure standing in the doorway. A tall, cloaked woman with eyes that glowed in eerie green. The woman raised her hand, and Shadow whimpered, its aggression fading away. It lowered its head and slunk away, disappearing into the shadows. The woman turned to Emily and John, her voice a low, melodious hum. "Fear not," she said, her voice echoing through the room. "The darkness within has been quelled, but be warned, it may return." With that, the woman vanished, leaving Emily and John alone in the silent house. They looked at each other, their faces pale with fear and confusion. They had no idea what had just happened, but they knew one thing for sure: Shadow was no ordinary dog. In the heart of the vast wilderness, nestled amidst towering pines and whispering streams, lay a secluded campsite. It was here that Emily and Jake, a young couple seeking respite from the urban chaos, had set up their tent for a weekend getaway, accompanied by their two beloved dogs, Luna and Jasper. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest floor, the tranquility of the campsite was shattered by a blood-curdling howl that echoed through the trees. Emily and Jake exchanged worried glances, their hearts pounding in unison. Luna and Jasper whined nervously, their ears perked up, sensing the unseen danger lurking in the shadows. Determined to maintain their composure, Emily and Jake gathered around the campfire, their laughter and conversation echoing through the night. However, the eerie howl returned, closer this time, sending shivers down their spines. The dogs cowered at their feet, their eyes wide with fear. As the night deepened, the atmosphere grew heavy with dread. The campfire crackled ominously, casting dancing shadows that seemed to morph into grotesque shapes. A cold wind swept through the trees, rustling the leaves and sending chills down their spines. Suddenly, a guttural growl pierced the silence, followed by a deafening crash as something large and unseen slammed into the side of their tent. Emily and Jake screamed in terror, their hearts pounding like drums. Luna and Jasper whimpered, their bodies trembling with fear. Adrenaline surged through their veins, and they scrambled out of the tent, their eyes frantically searching for the source of the disturbance. In the darkness, they could make out a pair of glowing eyes reflecting the faint moonlight. The eyes moved closer, their intensity growing with each step. Terror consumed them as the creature emerged from the shadows. It was a monstrous wolf, its fur matted with blood, its eyes burning with a malevolent light. The dogs cringed, their bodies paralyzed with fear. The wolf lunged, its teeth bared, its claws extended. Emily and Jake screamed, their voices swallowed by the darkness. The creature lunged, its jaws snapping shut, its teeth sinking into Jake's arm. Emily screamed, her voice filled with terror and despair. She reached for a rock, her heart pounding like a drum. With all her might, she hurled the rock at the creature, striking it in the head. The wolf howled in pain, its eyes rolling back in its head. The creature staggered back, its grip on Jake loosening. Emily seized the opportunity, pulling Jake away from the beast's grasp. They stumbled back, their hearts pounding in their chests, their breath coming in ragged gasps. The wolf let out one final guttural growl before collapsing to the ground, its lifeless body twitching in the moonlight. Emily and Jake stared at the creature in disbelief, their minds reeling from the terrifying ordeal. They gathered their belongings, their hands trembling, their hearts still pounding. They left the campsite behind, the horrors of the night forever etched in their memories. As they drove away, they glanced back at the clearing, the image of the monstrous wolf seared into their minds. The experience had shattered their sense of security, leaving them forever changed. They had faced the darkness of the wilderness and emerged battered but alive, their bonds strengthened by the shared trauma.